I did it. I did it. It's here. Where were we? The mics. It's time for the end of the season awards. This show's awesome. And I agree, Josh H. We should. That'd be great to see. But it is now time for the best lacrosse. That's bad. I showed that again. Alrighty. The mics, the end of the season awards. You're welcome. Maybe next time I'll have whatever he's wearing with the red lining on it. But yeah. So basically the NLL does their own, they have the awesome stuff. They've got the awards. I don't even know if the players get trophies or even compensated from such awards, but I hope they do. And if not, we're not here to give you guys money, but we'll try our best. So here we go. The Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Owen Grant of the Vancouver Warriors. Basically, this guy stole it right from underneath the reins of Callum Jones. Callum Jones had a fantastic season, and actually it was very close, but I felt like Owen Grant, who was supposed to come on the show about a month or two ago at this point, well, time flies, we're having fun, right? Basically, I think Owen Grant earned this, though. He had a great finish to the season. Vancouver almost made the playoffs a lot because of him. Ryan Gilks obviously had a great year as well, but Owen Grant, coached by Kurt Volnovsky, seems like a pretty good thing in the NLL. Next up, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alex Simmons. Alex Simmons had one of the best years as a rookie in lacrosse history, offensively or defensively. Was rivaling like John Tavares type numbers. In terms of like rookie, I think broke a couple of records as a rookie. Alex Simmons, who I think not just is easy to root for on the field, but also is easy to root for off the field, like just during the interviews. He is such a cheesy, and by cheesy I mean smiling kind of guy. He looks like he enjoys and embraces the spotlight, but of course his on the field play. Alex Simmons this season, what did he do? He led the Firewolves in points with 96, with 38 goals, 58 assists, 85 loose balls, also had 4 caused turnovers as a rookie. The kid is here. He is ready. Transition Player of the Year. Producer Joe hates this graphic. It's okay. He didn't make it. Jake Withers of the Halifax Thunderbirds. Jake Withers deserves this moment. Jake Withers could have easily been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Jake Withers this season dominated the loose balls. I think he set a record for the most loose balls ever in a season at 282. Had 28 calls, turnovers, had 12 block shots, won 74% of his faceoffs, which, oh, by the way, was once again leading the NLL ahead of TD Erlin, who had 72.2, a whole 2% higher. But Jake Withers, amazing. And also, in terms of points, he had 7 goals, 9 assists to go along with those awesome stats that he already had. Next up, Defensive Player of the Year goes to Toronto Rock's Mitch Deschnew. And yes, Alex Simmons is amazing. But Mitch Deschnew is an amazing player. And the reason he got the nod over teammate Brad Cree is because he finished 7th in loose balls at 164, which was also like 30 more than what Brad Cree had. Had 2 more calls turnovers. Had the 16 block shots, so he had 38 block calls turnovers, 16 block shots. And also, why is he over Ryan Gilks? Because someone on Toronto had to be credited for their defense. And it could have gone to 2 players. It could have gone to Brad Cree and Mitch Deschnew. But I feel like Toronto's defense was number 1 all year. And Mitch Snew was a huge reason why, and he deserves all the credit in the world. Next up, Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Byrne. I agree with the NLL on this one. Josh Byrne finished third in goals with 53, finished second in assists with 82, led the league in points at 135, and of course had 24.3 shooting percentage this season, which is like second or third in terms of guys with all those goals. So great job for Josh Byrne. Well-earned Offensive Player of the Year. Next up, Coach of the Year, Glenn Clark of the Albany Firewolves. The turnaround has been well documented by ourselves and others. Had a 3-15 year last year. I didn't know if they'd win 3 games this year. Took a bunch of rookies and scrap parts to the NLL Finals. And yeah, postseason doesn't matter. On this show, we do ours after the postseason. And you can technically take those into arguments if you think other guys deserve it. But Glenn Clark is an amazing coach. Next up, Goaltender of the Year. And I say to this, shoot me. I have a very good reason why Doug Jamieson wins the award over a certain player in Toronto named Nick Rose. See, folks, this show, the mics are not a sympathy award show. We don't have a bunch of voters who have biases from where they're from. We don't have a flawed points process. We've got flat out, what did I see from watching almost every single game this season? Doug Jamieson was 80.0 save percentage, second in the NLL to Nick Rose. And you're like, okay, that's lame. 11-5 record, like third or fourth best. Okay, not bad. Here is the damnedest stats for Doug Jamieson over Nick Rose. Nobody on Albany Firewolves defense had more than 20 calls turnovers. Nobody in the entire Firewolves defense had over 20 calls turnovers. Nick Rose had 4 teammates with 20 calls turnovers or more. One of them had 36, one of them had 38. If that's not goalie of the year, I don't know what is. Again, you can say, well, he deserves the award, and Nick Rose. I don't care. You can say Nick Rose, led the league in GSAA. I don't care. Analytics are so weird in the NLL right now. I just gave you facts. Yeah, listen, I love Josh H should be a low-key researcher for Daily Dive on the fly. But yeah. Again, Doug Jamieson, I'll say it again. 0 teammates with 20 or more calls turnovers. Nick Rose had 4 of them in front of him. I know who my goalie of the year is. And now it's time for the Most Valuable Player Award. This is criminal that I'm the one doing this. This is not because he came on the show twice this year. Connor Fields had 56 goals, 64 assists, 159 loose balls. Adam Levy pointed out he's the first player since John Tavares to have 120 points and 150 loose balls. Is that good company? Also with 7 calls turnovers. This was Connor Fields' award, and the voters snatched it from him for the sake of Nick Rose. And again, the Josh Byrne and Dane Smith, if you're not going to make them co-MVPs, which again, value is thrown out the window when you do so, why is Connor Fields not on that finalist list? It was criminal. It was well-deserving that Connor Fields was on the finalist list, period. The only other player I could argue in terms of most valuable was Jeff Teat. The difference is Jeff Teat missed the playoffs, and I don't make the rules. Most valuable player, meaning you are the best player on your team, the number one guy, and you contribute value, which is winning. Connor Fields did what Jeff Teat did. He just made the playoffs. I'm sorry. It is a shame that I cannot just congratulate him, but I have to defend myself for doing this. Again, if you look at the last 2 awards I gave, Doug Jamieson, I had a valid reason. It wasn't a sympathy award. It wasn't my personal bias. It was just me flat out saying this guy. And I've interviewed Nick Rose. I've never interviewed Doug Jamieson. Nick Rose was a great interview. But I'm not going to let that get in the way of my voting. And for Connor Fields, yeah, he came on the show twice. That's fine. But I'm not going to have two guys on one team be an MVP favorite. That doesn't make any sense. Nick Rose had a bunch of guys in front of him, so why is he an MVP finalist? Connor Fields was snubbed, and he was robbed of the MVP award, and I'm here to do him justice.